Welcome back, stream. It has been a couple weeks again. Oh, that's perfect. Elgato, never change. Elgato is what I use for my camera. All right. Hello, all. It has been a couple of weeks again. I apologize. Last week I got sick on Friday. I did not feel better until Thursday. Me and Malagato are going to be fighting, I see. Let me guess, as soon as we'll have to keep an extra eye on that. But yeah, I got sick for like 7 days. It was pretty bad. So, we're back with another live. We're back with another day of Earthborne Rangers. Apologies about the late time. If you're catching the VOD later, I'm not surprised. I might have accidentally watched a stream for 6 hours and didn't realize. It wasn't till they were heading towards the last part of the board game that I was like, wait, I was supposed to stream like an hour ago. So with that, I can hear myself really well, and I don't know. Oh, okay, there we go. That would explain it. All right. Let's pull up this. So, like always, we are on day 11 of the Earthborne, the Lore of the Valley core campaign. So we are almost halfway through the 30 days allotted normally. I would want to say I think we are close to halfway done from my experience of this campaign. So we are getting in kind of into the thick of things, as it will be. My plan is to go out, do all of these, do the whole campaign before we do anything else. Probably catch up to do some side quests that we've been forgetting to do, like archaeology, like that has been sitting in our board for now 9 days now. And then permitting my ability to get the Valley expansions, I have Spire and Bloom. I haven't had the financial ability to purchase Shadows over Storm of the Shadows over the Storm. But I should be able to get that next month, a couple months. Permitting my ability of actually getting them. My plan, I think, is to run through the Valley expansions that we will have. At the rate we go, if I'm going to be streaming every other week realistically. I want to do every week, but fate seems to be stopping me. I think my rough math says that we should have the third one out by the time we start the Valley expansions. So we might be able to get through all 4 of them before we move on to Legacy of the Ancestors. And then Legacy of the Ancestors, hopefully, takes us to the release of whatever the next expansion is, even if it hasn't been announced yet. So we don't know what it is, but if it's like, if the time frame is the same, they should be we should be able to go about the same. I'm hoping so. I'm hoping that by next year we will have the release date and even the release of the next expansion, whatever it is. Um, but yeah, that is the plan. I'm hoping that between the Valley expansions we do have and lore of the or and ancestry of the ancients, that after we finish Lore of the Valley, we can go till the new expansion. After that, it will be, I don't know, but that will be in a year, give or take. No, like 2 years. Yeah, unless I go weekly and we play more than one day a week, kind of often, will be more than a, and even with that, it's like more than a year worth of content. So we should be good. I just kind of want to talk about, like, because we're like we're getting into the thick of it. So I don't know how fast we'll get through this. But I when I played it, I like sped, not even sped through, but like it was action packed all across and didn't get a chance to do much of the exploring. It felt very like, not rushed, but like very like you're on task. You're on task. You have a task. You got to do it. Um. Yeah. So with that, we are on day 11. We have invasion. It's been 2 days since we've gotten invasion, which means we're still only on ruins. I have only highlighted ruins as the. I have highlighted own locations with ruins. So we are starting on Rings of the Moon. In Ravine from our thing, and we're on Into the Nest. Which says that we are trying to get to the Olova ruins. So our plan is to get there and then hopefully do the mission. Maybe it's about putting progress from clearing reclaimer grubs, which we will find out all about once we get there. So with that, we have invasion stage 1, which says we shuffle 3 reclaimers in because we're in ruins. We've archaeology still, and we're starting in the Rings of the Moon. And the reason and like always, we start on the Ranger report. There was a Ranger report produced last week. It ends next week. So, we haven't done it yet. So today will be the day. So we have howling winds as our weather for the day. And it states, after the recent turmoil caused by the meteors and wildfires, people were more hesitant to travel around the valley, but now they're making up for lost time. It's busy out there on the trails. We shuffle 4 valley cards into the deck for each non-pivotal location instead of 3. So I've already gone ahead and done that. We've added this. We've added the 3 reclaimers, the 4 path decks, the Cerbersian cyclone from Howling Winds, and then the Ravine set into this deck. This is a big chunk for a path deck. I'm gonna kind of start just going into this, but is one to chat about what happened. Oh, I will say I started playing my solo Legacy of the Ancestors again. It's been a lot of fun. I kind of saw some of the cards we just pulled. Oh well. Half the deck almost fell out of my hands. But yeah, so lore of the ancestor, or sorry, legacy of the ancestors won't be as unexplored as I had originally thought with the stream. Mostly, I wanted to just play it. I missed having Arkham, or not Arkham. Sorry, I missed having Earthborne as the game I would play when I was just free and bored. Marvel Champions kind of took over that, but I'm waiting for their Fear No Evil campaign to come out next because Civil War just didn't really matter to me. Also, I have a sleeving situation with Marvel that I cannot fix. Yeah. We'll go to number 35. We'll read this. I'll draw my 6 cards. And we'll start going. Rising up from a series of small hillocks along the edge of the meadow's vast prairie, the large towers each support a massive loop of dull gray metal and ceramics. Some have broken in half or quarter circles, but but a few are still intact. The locals in Meadow say that if you go to the edge of the valley with a scope and look back through all the loops at once, you'll see another world in a reality just sideways from our own. Almost every artificer who has inspected the rings, however, believes they are a part of a vast and non functional sensor network. Interesting. Oh boy. Is the VOD going to be cooked if it keeps doing that to me? I think it's because my microphone's on the same USB hub now, and I had to fix that because something else broke. My computer has not wanted to cooperate with me in any sense of the word for the streams, and I could not tell you why. I'm blaming AMD for something, for some of it. I think they're just handling USBs wrong for their CPUs. But I have some solutions for that, but we will have to wait to find out if those work as a good solution or not. Zoological Compendium, Oru the Sheepdog. A dear friend is always fun. But we aren't looking for people, so I'm going to put that to the side. Quizzy's favorite snacks, very good if we get early fatigue. We can quickly recover. Polka the Ferret, pretty good to add things to our aid cards. We can do it, but Polka can do it and add progress to beings. Following your footsteps is good for getting through features and obstacles because we can make connect tests, clearing one being and then clearing an obstacle that we couldn't necessarily get through normally. My thing though is that I don't have any aid gear right now, so Pokedo is actually not that great. And Quizzy's favorite snacks feel like a better option to add later when we actually have fatigue. So I think we're going to keep Ura's sheepdog because it's pretty good. We can move beings around that are problematic, especially since there are 3 Reclaimer Seekers in the path deck. That's going to be significant for us. So, and following the footsteps are also good. A dear friend, not really great. Enthusiastic, intentions translator. So we are going to be really good at connecting right now. I don't know how much we're going to need that. There are 4 Valley cards, so maybe there'll be a bunch of humans. Oh, I guess even if there aren't humans, if there's any of the mega predators that we can connect with and hopefully get them to F off a little. All right. Rings of the Moon says that the lead ranger draws a card. Triptifolium. Then we flip it over, and then we draw a card for the start of turn. Loose boulders. I will say, my script for pulling up cards is not working. But again, I've mentioned I'm having computer problems. I think it's definitely the computer is the problem and not my script. Average computer science, average programmers beliefs. So we're at Rings of the Moon. It's 1 presence. It needs 4 progress, so we can move on. But we can peer to search the value set for a feature and shuffle it into the path deck. So for archaeology, archaeology, that could actually be pretty good because we can get archaeology sinkhole. Tenebrae, are Tenebrae a feature? Crazy if they are. Loose boulders. That's a pain. And then terraform is a triptifolium. I almost want to instinctually just ignore whatever I was thinking about. Put enthusiastic in for 3 to try and climb up toward the large boulders just to clear them, because these will actually hurt me if this clears. So I think we're going to do that. So we're committing 3. So a -2 is the only way we fail. And if this is a -2, I'm just giving up on life. -0. Oh, 0 focus. Right. So we move our being onto it, and then that is the clear condition. So we clear the loose boulders. And then we fire off the challenge effects. There are none that fire. All right. That's actually really good. We're going to pay 2 for Oru the sheepdog. Sorry, you're gonna see some. You're just gonna see some more of my desk. I just want to be able to have my cards not absolutely at the edge of my table. Or I guess I want them to be able. I want them to, yeah, to. I want more space. We'll put the dice behind my camera. We put that. The tryptophylium doesn't really affect us. I'm just now worried about trying to. I'm gonna do it. We're here to play risky. I'm gonna try and traverse the rings of moons. The difficulty is 1 because that's its presence. I'm putting 2. This is -2. I'm gonna nope. Okay, so we'll put 2 progress there. We take no fatigue from the things in between because the things in between are 0 presence or friendly. Uh, yeah, Oru is friendly. Wait a minute. I'm gonna shuffle my. I'll shuffle my deck, but I just have a question. No, Pokedo is friendly. Okay, it does say friendly. I actually. Oh, I must have. I was playing with my partner last night, and I didn't see friendly, but I might have looked at the top, the subtypes instead of the traits. All right. I think I rest. I don't think I'm gonna pop dear friend. I'm not really in danger. Amon would be the only one I would look for, but I don't care enough. So I think I'm gonna rest. We draw a ranger card. Quizzy's favorite snacks. We draw this card. Talus Cave. Oh yeah. Sun adds wind. Okay. Talus Cave. It's a lair. Um. Oh. Okay. So this can come grab random things out of the ravine with its abilities. All right. And pay 1 for a intention translator. It comes in with 3 counters. I'm gonna pay 1 for a zoological compendium. This is what we got rewarded last time from finishing zoological recorder. Um, I could make a connection test to Oru. That's actually really funny. I can also just try and make another a climb test on the cave. Yeah, I'm not scared of a -2. +1. So we'll put 3 on it. Then the sun effect. This Howling the wind says, I add 2 wind. I may suffer up to 2 fatigue and add 1 fewer wind for each fatigue. We'll suffer 2. If there are bats in play, there are not. That happens. Then I will pay 1 for Quizzy's favorite snacks. They come in with 2 snacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 gear filled up. I will eat one of the snacks to soothe 2 fatigue. Oh, that's fun. I'm gonna try to connect with my dog. We'll put 2 progress on my dog. And then I will rest. Nope. Draw 1 from there. Oruvas, 81. Yeah. Greetings, you hear a voice from up ahead, and you see Oru approaching. You'll never guess who's gone off and on another one of her adventures. Can you help me find Quizzy again? Not particularly, but sure. We probably shouldn't help you find them. You're kind of going to be in danger, maybe. All right. We're clear Oru with progress. I'm going to use Aura. Oru is my dog. I'm going to use Oru to move Aura and put 2 progress. Then I'm going to try and traverse the cave. -2, right? Oh, perfect. We clear the cave. I'm going to try and connect with Aura. Ooh. Before we do that. No, I don't have a compass. Never mind. I was going to see if we can ask and we can get Ben. We can guarantee Amon or Amon. So that way we could fly the 2 things to get where we want to go. Yeah, I'm going to just try and connect. Oh, mountains. There is not an active prey. We'll add a bunch to her. Not. You offered to help again, Oris Mars. Not today. We discard Aura and soothe to fatigue. She doesn't need to be here. I think I pass. I'm just more worried that she'll be here and then a predator will appear and then I'll have to try and keep her safe. Web wall. It's an obstacle. We can pull to add 1 damage to this feature for every 2 effort. 1 harm to it, I should say. I'm gonna bypass the web wall. I'm just gonna try to traverse on the being. -1 puts us at 3. Oh my god, that would have been disastrous. Yep. I can't do that. Oh, I've been forgetting to use my voice of the Elder's ability. Oh well. I'm gonna try and make a connection test to Oru for 3. I put 3 on here. Oh, I was doing this just to play Follow in the Footsteps, but I forgot I had no things. We'll suffer 2 fatigue. And nothing else fires. We shuffle the deck again. Yeah. Sorry, I dozed off there for a moment. Or not dozed off, but yeah, dozed off. Dozed off, but not in the sleepy sense, but in the thinking too much sense. Yeah, I can't interact with the web wall at all. I can try and plucking it. I'm gonna try and pluck the tryptophyllum. I'm gonna use astute, so I can't fail. 4, I'll add 1 harm to this being. I will soothe 1 fatigue and draw 1 card. Cool. I will end my turn by resting. Oh, and I'll shuffle the deck again. So I rested, so I draw another card. It is another Homeward Bound. Oh, I can actually use Homeward Bound to have cleared. I was hoping to just get through the Rings of the Moon, to be honest. Oh. I'm gonna get a comment about this. Yeah, I couldn't just ignore this for this, which means I shouldn't have even taken the extra fatigue. I'm just gonna take the fatigue to call myself dumb. Obstacle means I can't interact with anything beyond it. So we're just gonna claim that I put the 1 on the web wall and move on with my life. That was really funny. I immediately broke a rule. I'm gonna pay 2. I'm not pay. I'm gonna. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna draw a card. Skitterish Opilion. Wait, I wonder. I shouldn't be doing this in the middle of the stream, but is it that cable? Okay, that cable can get. All right. Is that better for you guys? Okay, hold on. I probably need to like readjust. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's probably much better. Just realized I could drop it down a little bit to make everything closer. Well, there's a big spider that requires 7, and it's a predator. Oh boy. Well, I keep forgetting to use Voice of the Elders. Oh well. I'm gonna try and connect with this spider using Intention Translator. So I have 4 because of Intention Translator. I'm gonna commit this Intention Translator to make it 5. I'm gonna put 5 progress on it. Then we're gonna resolve mountains. If there's no hazard in play, there is. The web wall has hazard. If there's an active prey, this is a predator. Nothing else happens. Intention Translator goes away. These are spent. 5 progress gets put on there. Technically, that happens before everything else. I use the sheepdog to clear it. Then I'm going to attempt to traverse the web wall again. -1, I put 2 on it, which clears the web wall. Am I missing something? I don't know why you would ever try and pull the. I guess because you can add conflict icons, and if you don't have high fit, you don't fail. I mean, if you fail, you move your thing to it, but I guess like you don't take an injury, which is worse. Okay, so now I think my okay. All right, I'm looking at what my camera's doing. Um, yeah. I don't have much else I want to do. I'm gonna try and pluck the triptifolium again. -1, so I fail. Mountains, nothing happens. Before I do this, I'll spend 1 of my focus to increase my intention translator. Then I will rest. Then we'll rest. Web wall again. Annoying. I'm gonna commit shepherding of shepherding of Azazel shepherding for 3 on a traverse test against this web wall. +1, 4 will clear that. Unfortunately, I can't then use my remaining fitness to actually make the test I want to. But I will live with the fact that at least the web wall is gone. No, Uru is untapped. I'm just gonna load up Uru with a bunch of progress so that way I can move it all with Homeward Bound, I guess. I mean, it's not really worth it. It's like, oh, I can try and pick the Triptifolium though. I could commit a card to it, but I don't care that much about it. +1. I will clear it. Draw a card, soothe the fatigue. That's important. I know I have to shuffle, but I'm gonna play a Paratopus Whistle. I'm gonna then tap Voice of the Elder, spending the Spirit to increase this Intention Translator again. And then I will rest. I don't know how I. Was that the same card? If somebody in the future wants to comment, if I drew the same card there multiple times, I apologize. I might have just done a false shuffle. I didn't think I did. I didn't plan on it, but I might have just never changed the top of the deck. It's unfortunately very easy to do, and I should learn to just cut instead. Cut to finish to avoid doing that. Yeah. So I rested. I didn't draw my card from the rest. We draw this card. Loose boulders. We're getting literally every obstacle. I'm gonna pay 2 for Stout-Hearted Guardian. I'm gonna use my 2 focus as my only option, really, to try and inch and climb aboard these boulders. I make it, which clears this. Crest, nothing happens. I try this. I spend 2 fitness to try and make the traverse test against the rings. 0, 2. We go to 4. We can finally move off from this hell. I'm not gonna attempt anything. I'm gonna spend this spirit to increase our Paratopus whistle, which, because of Stout-Hearted Guardian, will fire and soothe 1 fatigue. It feels weird not having the thing to pull up cards. It feels like my production value has actually gone down a bit. I also feel like this is a little darker than I like having my. Ah, there we go. We'll just fix it. We'll just fix it with the camera. All right. So we are gonna move. So I'm gonna draw this card. Put it to my hand. We are moving from Rings of the Moon to archaeological outpost to then the Aeolian rivers. So we're gonna do Ravine still to this out to the archaeological outpost. Darn. I tried to. I guess you can't see it. But yeah, so we're gonna move there. I guess you can't see. I tried to be stealthy and put the 2 things we needed, but I grabbed biological instead. What? What? So I know I need that one. Oh, there we go. Okay. I just can't read. I just couldn't see it. All right. I need a better organization system. If anyone has a recommendation, I would appreciate one. I'm gonna quickly check through And it's only if I clear features that are ruined, right? Huh. One moment. Arcology, archaeology. Where were we just? Rings of the Moon? Earthborne Rangers. Does do you clear locations? No, right? You just travel. You don't clear them. Oh, let us go to the rules glossary. Keywords. Terms. Traveling. Cleared. Clear. I feel like I've asked this question before, and it is no because you don't. Yeah, okay. The location does not clear instead. Okay. Yeah, so no, I don't get archaeology for that. All right. Oh, the Tenebrae. Um, the Reclaimers don't get added in for biological outpost because it is not ruins. Oh, a sinkhole. Oh, Umbra. That would have been bad. Um, the Cyclone gets added in. We add 4, not 3 random path cards. That's cool. Um, ooh, I think we're gonna be resting after this. This might be a shortish stream. I might do 2 days, depending. I'm trying to just make sure that I don't like fall off of doing this, and then it's like 3 months later. I'm like, oh hi, I haven't been around. Oh, one of these has to be good news. The sinkhole gets to exist. The path deck assembly for this is one of 3 path cards added from the Valley set. Must be the sinkhole. So we're gonna add 3 more additional because of the Ranger report for this period. Reminder. I'll remind next week. Again, assuming life doesn't do something to destroy my ability of ever doing that, of ever streaming 2 weeks in a row. But it shouldn't because I have stuff the week after that will. But I was just gonna. This is a long-winded way of explaining that. Like, if next week we stream, or next week when we stream, I am sealing my faith that something bad will happen. Not bad. Something will happen to stop me from doing it. We don't use the Ranger report if we've already done it. Very long-winded way of just saying. We don't worry about that. All right. We search for the next feature. That's great. That's perfect. Oh, we read 30. We read 34 first. Silo Mako, the valley's preeminent archaeologist, set up this outpost many years ago with the help of his father. Since then, he has spent precious little time here, instead using it as a storage facility for many of his most interesting artifacts he's recovered during his explorations. Inside, you find tables covered with neatly categorized and carefully arranged artifacts and several notebooks containing the observations of Silo Macro and his colleagues. Then for Sinkhole, we read 78. Enters play 81. The loud sudden sway in front of you. The land, suddenly drops in front of you. Luckily, you are paying attention and you catch yourself before you go tumbling down a steep slope. You stand on the edge of a large pit where it looks like an entire grove of trees has collapsed into the ground not long ago. Between the tangled mess of splintered trunks, you see what looks like a broken steel archway and cracked pipes leading into darkness. The sinkhole may have exposed new roots to the old archaeology beneath the valley. We have to clear it with progress to explore it more. Oh, look at that. The dog is so ready for this. I guess I didn't need to shuffle. I only saw one. And then we draw one for ourselves. Calypsa, who is 85. She looks not a day over like 30. 25? I don't know. You come across Calypsa in the middle of the field as she is teaching something to Cal Ivor. She waves to you. I've been discussing some lessons with Cal, she says. Care to sit in? No. Not really. I think the only reasonable thing to do here is I'm going to connect with my dog for 3. And then I'm going to use Homeward Bound after to move all of his progress to Archaeology Sinkhole. +1. We go up to 9. Sons, I'll suffer 2 fatigue. That's so easy. It's going to make me deck out quicker, but it's fine. Oh, it's actually 3R. I'm going to keep this. We'll put 2 wind on it, and then I can not suffer. And then we're going to play Homeward Bound. So we'll remove all of this to the sinkhole. We're going to go back to the sinkhole, which is 78. If you are on archaeology mission, go to 78.2. Once you've climbed down the sinkhole and into the archaeology, you pull out Silro's translation plates. As you hold closer to the pane of glass and hold the clear pane of glass in front of your eyes, and the words on the wall appear to morph into something legible. 20 minutes later, you find a workshop. The machinery has been carefully powered down, and you are able to activate a small auto lathe. After using it to sculpt several useful items out of the nearby bricks of omni resin, you turn it off again. The only other item of interest is a small set of glass bricks tucked in the corner. Each seems to have motes of golden light trapped inside the glass. You tuck them into your rucksack. Salo may know what they are. They are. I can shuffle up to 2 cards from my discard into my deck. I think it's going to be the only things I can commit with compasses on them. And then we have to get to 1.49. Check off a bubble next to archaeology. This is my first bubble in 9 days. We're doing really well. As you explore more, it becomes clear that the Estian archaeology spreads far beyond Spire. Not just tunnels and passages running throughout the valley, but living quarters and vast underground halls. The archaeology is massive and makes you consider just what the oh boy, the Estians were capable of. Yep, that clears. All right. Um. Unfortunately, I don't have another way of traveling. We can try to study the archaeology records. I don't know if I've ever done that before, but we can try. I'll go crazy. I'll commit something silly to this. It's awareness of 3 versus 5. I couldn't have failed. So I'm going to read 34.1. You sort through the you sort through the notes left by Siluromako, as well as other archaeologists and historians who have worked here over the years. Draw 2 challenge cards. Read the entry based on the challenge icons that were drawn. Mountain and sun. On the old calendar date, 2091 CE, the Estians note that extreme atomospheric atmospheric, oh my, interference and deteriorating satellite networks means they have received no messages from distances further than 500 kilometers in nearly a year. The atmospheric interference. Okay, yeah, so extreme atmospheric interference and deteriorating satellite networks. So okay. So yeah, the world at some point had a functioning satellite network and long-range communication systems. Interesting. I don't know if that was worth whatever I just committed to that, but hey, I wasn't going to use it for anything else. I'm going to rest. No, I'm gonna voice of the elders to increase the intention translator and then rest using focus. We draw a card. Quizzy's favorite snacks. Tryptophylium. All right. We're gonna try and traverse the archaeological outpost. Friendly and 0 presence. I also put my equipment out here, and let's just because I don't have enough space down here. Um, +1. No. 3 with a crest. Nothing bad happens. I'm gonna try and connect to the sheepdog, only because I kind of want to be able to homeward bound if we get an obstacle last minute. So I'm gonna try and connect. I'll put 3. The sun icon. I think I can deal with Halloween. I think I can deal with Thunderhead for a turn, so we will just put 4 on here. Because I'm trying to delay us becoming fatigued out. Nothing else happens on the sun. Boo doo doo doo. Truly, I don't have much else I can do. Okay. Rest again. Web wall. See, that was the reason. Homeward bound doesn't really help me here. Only because, like, I have to spend... Well, my footsteps technically does, but I have to spend one anyways, and I could just try and traverse it. The only concern is a -2, but if that happens, it's not the worst thing. It's bad, but it's not the worst. We clear it. Sun icon. Oh. Overhead. Discard 1 progress from each path card and the location. See, that's a problem. But that's okay. We just deal. I can connect to the dog. 3. We'll put 6. Mountain. Is the location a path card? I'm pretty sure the answer is yes. Are locations path cards? Earthborne Rangers. I'm like 90% sure they are. Travesty. Okay. So she can't put progress on the location. According to Reddit. It could be wrong. I didn't check to see if that was Chub Frog who answered that, so we're just gonna go with it. We'll rest. Ranger badge. Loose boulders. Oh, this is a goddamn pain. I am just gonna commit these to try and climb up. I fail. Okay. Mountain. Oh, sorry. I'll use her. Oh. Why can't you work with me, USB hubs? Why must you make my life difficult? Hopefully you guys understood what was happening without video. Yeah, we failed this. That sucks. I can't do anything. No. Yeah, I can't even do that. I have to rest. Another trip to Folium. I'm just doing this test again because I have to do it because there's nothing else I can do. I could have probably increased something. It doesn't really matter. This will clear because of Calypso. That's expended. Cool. And now I'm gonna try and traverse from the archaeological outpost with 4. I can't fail this. We go to 6. Mountain. We'll put 1 there. We will traverse and rest. Yeah, because we're gonna be stuck in the Allure Vale ruins for a while. There's not a chance I'm gonna be able to deal with 8 rounds of it. Especially if I'm gonna take fatigue and stuff, I'd rather just put our best foot forward, move in there with a new coat, like a new fresh deck. I think the deck is pretty prepared for it. And I would generally just do it, pull the trigger and go for it. But it's getting kind of late. No, I think I could do it. I think I could just pull the trigger. It's Reclaimer Seekers that we need to get the grubs of. I'm thinking, guys. My concern is that I would be down for another hour of play. I am worried that because this is very specific, that this is going to be me plotting for 2 hours. And I'm not down for another 2 hours. If it wasn't Sunday, I would be down for another 2 to 4. I would be down for the next 4 hours. I wouldn't care. But I have to go into work or I'm probably working remotely tomorrow, but again, I have to wake up for work tomorrow. So I think that is where we're going to leave off tonight. It's unfortunate. Maybe I'm convinced and I do another not stealth. I'll do another stream in the week, maybe. If people, not if people, I guess more if I want to. That could be fun. For next week, we should be good. Again, life seems to throw lemons my way, but the only thing I know I'm doing is on Friday I'm going down to PAX East. The week after is Anime Boston, so I won't be. So, stream next week. The week after, probably not, because it's Anime Boston. Is it also not just Easter? It is also Easter, but that wouldn't be the reason. That would be that I'm at Anime Boston. Then I'm clear for that. So yeah, unless I do something Monday, I think Monday would be the only time I could do it. Yeah, so unless there's a stream tomorrow to make up, because we do have to. This is my camera also cutting out is kind of part of what's killing me. I have to find this out. I have to figure this part out. But unless there's a stream tomorrow, we'll do episode day 12 next week, where we will finally go to the ruins and see what's up. Sorry, there's a short one. especially if you're like not catching these lives. It's a bit all over the place. Some of these episodes are shorter than others. Um, our first ever episode is 4 hours. I only know because I've started editing it down. I kind of want to see if I can get. Um, I kind of want to see about maybe. I'm no promises, but maybe cutting down some of these into a more cohesive episodes. I think some episodes are just cooked in that regard because I had technical problems. But anyways, thank you guys all for watching. Have a good one.